It's time to check in with sports. Meg joining us. Meg, WHL playoffs weren't easy for the Oil Kings up to this point, but they also, unfortunately, weren't this hard either.
No, they seem to have motored through the first 3 rounds with relative ease, but have met their match in the final. Tied at 1 in the series with the Portland Winterhawks, rather. These teams met just once during the regular season, but it doesn't take long for animosity to come to the forefront. Playoff points leader Ty Ratty is back after missing the game with a suspected concussion. Electric atmosphere at the Rose Garden. There was a frenzy of action in the opening minutes. Oil Kings all over Matt Carruth, but the puck stays out. Winterhawks on the move. Leipzig gets a quick shot off on the short side, forcing a quick reaction from Laurent Brossoit. Tricky save. Later, Henrik Samuelsson picks up a double minor after cross-checking Joey Baker in the face. He took a run at Samuelsson, and that left a nasty cut. Shorthanded chance for Edmonton. Keegan Lowe goes hard to the net and crashes into Carruth. Bedlam ensues. Sherwood Park's Joe Morrow goes through the linesman to get at Lowe, and it's on. 2 scraps on the go simultaneously. Peddle and Ross in the other fight, both of them would get tossed. The hate is on in Game 3. Now late in the first, great play by Portland to spring Leipzig all alone, and LB gets a piece of it. Second frame, Martin Gurnett slips up in his own end and then passes the puck right to Sven Berchi. That's a sick goal from the Swiss sniper. Great move to the backhand. It's 1-0. Later, Portland converts on the power play.
Huge kill for Edmonton right now. You can feel it. Morrow centering it. Ratty scores!
What a return for Ratty. Scores his 18th of the playoffs. Just 29 seconds later, Oliver Gabriel plays the give and go and scores 5-hole on Brossoit. Portland up by 3. Now in the third, Oil Kings rally in a big way. Martin Gurnett carries the load and then dishes to Samuelsson. He scores 20 seconds in. It's 3-1. Later, 4-1 now. St. Croix finally chimes in. A nice pass for Gurnett. The defenseman snipes his 7th of the playoffs. 4-2. A few minutes later, becomes a 1-goal game.
3-on-2. Keegan Lowe jumps in, scores! Keegan Lowe makes it 4-3 with 9 yet. Helsch takes the shot, bounces in front of the net. What a chance!
Edmonton keeps pressing Oil Kings all over Carruth. They whack away, but nothing doing. The puck was on the line. They were that close to tying it up, but Edmonton runs out of time. Portland's second period outburst was too much to overcome for the Oil Kings. With more from the Rose Garden, here's Darcy Seaton.
Well, this building was deafening at times, and the 10,000 strong had plenty to cheer about, especially in the second period where the Winterhawks scored 3 of their 4 goals, including a pair in a span of 29 seconds. In the end, the Oil Kings just dug themselves too big a hole to get out of.
It's plain and simple. When you turn pucks over, Portland's going to take advantage of them, and you saw that tonight. We made 2 horrible turnovers on the first and the 4th goal, and it cost us. But you got to give our guys credit for battling back.
Letting in 4 goals, I can't do that and expect us to score 5, and that's a tough game to play.
A couple games within a game, I thought I was really happy with our second period. I thought we minimized the scoring chances. It was one of our best periods of the series so far in the 3 games.
The Oil Kings top guns continue to struggle up front. The Winterhawks are getting the most out of their snipers in Sven Berchi and Ty Ratty. Ratty returning to the lineup after missing Game 2 due to injury.
Morrow centering it. Ratty scores!
Actually, first thought that came to my mind was go backhand, and then I kind of got pushed from behind, so desperate move, just throw it on net, and lucky enough to go in.
I thought it was a pretty good first period. It's right where we wanted to be in the first period. And then obviously we made a bad turnover to Berchi, and he's a hell of a hockey player. He's the best hockey player in Canadian Major Junior. And he showed why tonight.
So the Portland Winterhawks are halfway to earning a berth in the Memorial Cup. The Oil Kings, meanwhile, will enjoy tomorrow off before they look for the split here in Portland. Game 4 goes Tuesday night. Darcy Seaton, CTV Sports.
Thanks, Darcy. We'll have lots more on the game tomorrow. And the Oil Kings aren't the only local team in the midst of a playoff run. After what can only be described as a lackluster season for the Edmonton Rush, the team is coming off a major upset and making a run at the best possible time.
Pass goes into the right corner for Sean Williams. He'll move towards the middle of the floor. Left side of the crease, jump shot, score. Ryan Ward takes a beautiful pass.
Ward led the Rush with 5 goals and 6 assists as Edmonton defeated the Top Dog Roughnecks 19-11. Calgary had their number prior to this game, having beaten the Rush 8 consecutive times over the last 2 regular seasons.
I thought we ran the floor really hard, and that was one thing we challenged our guys on this week was we've out-transitioned every team we play in this league except this one.
Whatever they did worked. The Rush went on a scoring spree in the first quarter with 6 goals. It's only their second playoff win in team history, both coming against the Battle of Alberta. They move into Minnesota next Saturday for the West Final. NHL playoffs. Blues and Kings, LA looking for their first sweep in franchise history and their first trip to the conference finals since Gretzky played there. First period, Jordan Nolan picks up the loose puck, beats Brian Elliott, 1-0 Kings. Still in the first, Kevin Shattenkirk rips the slapper past Jonathan Quick while the Kings are on the line change. Tie game. Late first, Anze Kopitar to Dustin Brown. Wrist one high glove on Elliott, his 5th of the playoffs. Kings in the lead. No scoring in the second. On to the third. Quick gets lucky with the crossbar. Blues getting frustrated. Kopitar leveled by Shattenkirk. 10 to play. Quick gets really lucky now, but Kopitar saves the goal. With that, the Kings become the only team to eliminate the 1 and 2 seeds in the same year. Martin Brodeur celebrating his 40th birthday. He's the first goalie to play a playoff game as a teen and in his 40s. In the first, Philly up 1-0. Max Talbot feeds Claude Giroux, takes 2 whacks at it, and he gets the shorthanded goal. 2-0 Flyers. Devils still on the power play. Peter Sikora puts it off the glove of Ilya Brizgalov. Devils trail 2-1. All square at 2 in the second. Adam Henrique feeds Danis Zubris. It's a one-timer. It goes in. 3-2 Devils. Jersey wins 4-2, taking a 3-1 series lead back to Philly. Well, it's been a brutal spring for FC Edmonton. The soccer squad is off to a terrible start. The only blessing is that they have company. They are one of 3 winless teams, including the Carolina Railhawks, who the Eddies hosted today down at Clark. No scoring until the second half. Midfielder Sean Seiko lets it rip from 30 yards out. Unbelievable strike, 1-0 FC Edmonton. A few minutes later, Seiko curls in a shot inside the far post. No chance for the keeper. Seiko's second makes it 2-0. The Railhawks are reeling. Matt Lamb makes a run but gets cut down inside the 18-yard line. The ref points to the spot. Penalty kick awarded. Sean Seiko gets the honors. Completely fools the keeper. Had him going the wrong way. It's a hat trick for the local boy, and the Eddies pick up their first win of the season. 3-0 the final.
First career hat trick. Professional, so it obviously felt good, but like I've said before, we're just happy we got 3 points today. I think I know we're early in the season still, but we need to win games and trying to jump up the standings, and today was a step in the right direction.
Well, they needed extra holes at this week's PGA stop, the Wells Fargo Championship in North Carolina. Rory McIlroy, the Orange Creamsicle, Ricky Fowler, and D.A. Points drawing names to see who tees off first. Points gets honors on the par 4 18th. This is sudden death. Shot goes down the waterline, lands safely on the short grass. All 3 sitting pretty after the tee shot. Points approach shot goes long and just into the fringe. Here's Fowler now. Just a beautiful shot. Now McIlroy, his tee shot was the longest at 339 yards, and he only used a 3-wood. He hangs it out to the right. Not the best shot from Rory. Points and McIlroy are in for par. Fowler for birdie. Nails it, his first PGA Tour victory.
The Orange Creamsicle. That's quite
every Sunday. It's like how Tiger wears the red, he wears the orange. Not the biggest fan of that.
Well, I hope maybe it's NDP. I don't know. Thanks very much, Meg. We'll be right back.